Good morning and welcome to Ewetopia Farms. We had a busy night last night, so we'll go inside and let you see what happened. Okay, so this morning Kevin and Karen got out of their pen, and someone else. These guys are looking for their bottle. So I guess because they got out, and we had one lamb jump from the feeder into a jug where she doesn't belong. I'll get Arnie to take her out. You guys, come on in and we'll get you your bottle. That one just jumped in the jug. Okay, you guys, let's make up a bottle and we'll get you guys fed. How did you get out of your pen? Did you guys jump in the feeder? Yes, Kevin and Karen. Hey, Kevin and Karen, come on. You came into the milk house, you escaped your pen. Let's feed you. Come on. No, not through the table. Come here. No, this way around the table, sheepies. There you go. There. Kevin and Karen. We've got lovely, friendly names. Arnie, put that down. Okay, so this is Kevin and Karen. They escaped their pen. We're running around screaming. So, guess they were bossy, and I told you Kevin is a bossy sheep. They got to be fed first. Hello, you guys are so pretty. Come videotape their faces, because the faces are just too cute. So Kevin and Karen were our first orphans, and it's a K year for us. So Kevin and Karen got names that I thought went well together, so I always remember them as a duo. Today we had a little comment about how I'm giving my lambs maybe discriminatory or derogatory names, and that's not very nice, and I just wanted to explain that. For instance, Hunchy. I never thought of it that way, but I guess Hunchy could be seen as a derogatory name. But what I tried to explain to the person was that it's not meant that way. We have hundreds of lambs born here, and it's absolutely impossible for me to name everybody. So when we get sick lambs, they usually tend to be the ones that get named because I'm dealing with them on a regular basis. So for instance, Hunchy, we had to treat her with antibiotics all the time, and if I named Hunchy Joan, for instance, chances are if I started naming everybody just a normal name, I'm going to forget who they are, or Arnie's not going to know which one's that if I'm saying, how's that lamb doing? Whereas if I said Hunchy, because she was really hunched up and doing really poorly, right away we know who has to be caught, who has to be treated, and then that name kind of sticks. So it's more in the beginning a way of easily identifying the lamb we have to treat, and unfortunately in some cases it could be a negative reason. But then we have Angel, who has a really nice name, and the reason she got her name and it stood out and it will stay with her forever is because she was the sweetheart of the group, so she stayed that way. But I think you should look at it, instead of it being a negative name like Hunchy, I think that name probably will stay with her forever because first names tend to stick. But in the future, when I go through my flock, I may not visibly be able to identify her, but when I scan her, it will come up and say Hunchy, and I'll say, Arnie, this is Hunchy. Look at her now. She looks fantastic. Can you imagine it came from this crunched up little lamb and now she's great? So I think you should look at it as a badge of honor instead of it's a degrading thing, because these are the lambs that had a really rough start and have made it through and have actually gotten a name, because most of the sheep here don't have names. They're all friendly. We treat them great. But they don't get names because there wasn't some kind of standout thing for them. But anyway, that's my thing about naming. So I really don't think they've got bad names. I think they're nice names. But Kevin, since we're looking at Kevin, is he a beautiful Dorset?
Yeah. He's got a nice open face on him.
He's got the perfect face, perfect wool. See those little ears? Kevin, let's see your little ears. They stand up at a 45-degree angle. Now see how woolly? Nice broad face, pink nose, woolly poll, woolly cheeks. He has a little bit of fluff here, but that's acceptable. And Kevin would be, I don't know, a month old. Nice straight back, the little woolly legs, broad, wide all the way through. He is going to be a beautiful ram. Karen's nice too, but
now,
Kevin is the standout.
That's right.
Kevin's
the dominator. Come on, Kevin.
Look at the straight back and posture on him. Very, very, very nice ram. Kevin may even end up being a keeper for us, because he's extremely well built, and we're looking for Dorsets that look like Dorsets, and he looks like a Dorset. Don't put it on me.
The broad head, the little ears and everything. Looks like a ram, actually.
Oh, maybe it is. No, actually it's not, but on the suffix I put a lot of the rams with red writing because you couldn't read their backs, but these guys I kept the writing correct.
That sheep is right on his feet perfect, and that lamb's going to stay here. That lamb can go to the show in the fall. You can show. That's a really good lamb. This is going, I got stuff to do. Let's get to the cover house. So 13 sheep left here. So there's no reason why we can't move these into this group.
So I'll just go down our row of sheep to let you know what's going on with everybody. This girl and her two lambs were out in the group pen, and the little lamb that was nursing now looked a little hunchy. So we caught her and the lambs and brought them back into a jug. I think she doesn't talk to the lambs as much, and so he got lost a little bit, couldn't find Mom. So they're back in here for a little while longer to make sure that they're thoroughly bonded. This is the ewe who had the pregnancy toxicity, or ketosis. She's chewing her cud. She stands really well on her own. She's come to her milk now. I was feeding the lamb a bottle. So he was becoming a bottle baby a bit, and now she's on her milk. What we did this morning is instead of giving him a bottle, we put him on the teat and let him nurse while we stood there. And he'll figure it out real quick that he can get it easier 24/7 right from Mom. But they're going to stay in here just to make sure she is fully recovered and he fully gets that I'm not his mom, that she is. We got twin girls in here that are going to get tagged today. They're doing great. These are two 9-year-olds. These ewes are both 9. Funny, they came in one after the other, and they both had male rams. Lots of milk, both doing really good. They were born last night, both of them. This lamb has figured out how to get from the misfit pen into the feeder and is always in there now. Annoying habit. This girl, she also had lambs last night, a boy and a girl. She also is an old girl, you can kind of see. And she's doing great too. We're not doing anything with those lambs. These guys are going to get tagged today. These are also twins. They're ready to go out, no problems. This is another old girl. All the old girls were coming in later, but they're all coming in with twins. And they all are looking after their lambs really well. This ewe we are having problems with. She's got twins. She's an old girl. She has poor milk for twins. So I'm just topping them up a little bit to make sure that she comes to her milk. And this one is a single female. Oh yeah, she was born the day before. Her lambs are great. This is our show sheep that was supposed to be the top terminal sire ewe in Canada, top terminal breed ewe in Canada when we purchased her. She has twin lambs. They're doing great. This is, to me, this is not the greatest ewe. That's why I'm not a big believer in the number system. This is the guy who was born backwards and has the droopy ear. He still has a droopy ear. And actually the side where it's drooping, he also has a bloodshot eye on that side. He's trying really hard to nurse off Mom. She loves him. I'm just monitoring him. He's not sucking properly yet, but he's making attempts, so I just top him up every now and then just to encourage him along the way. And then finally, these guys were born early this morning. Finally, another Dorset lamb. We don't have too many of them left. This one was cold, so it's under a towel with a hot water bottle. But they're all fine, and she's loving them, nursing them. So that's the crew in here right now.
Keep the door open.
So we're in the lamb barn. Arnie just gave him some creep. You can see that we've been breeding very heavily for conformation. So these guys, you can see on their legs, have really nice legs and body structure. And you can see actually when they're jumping up on the feeder like that, that's a good way to see that they're even all the way through. See how their shoulders are as wide as their hips and straight all the way down. That's the way you want it. A lot of sheep will tend to be narrower at one end or another, and that is not what you want. Oh, buddy, that's number 2. But you can see they're all going to the creep feeder now, nibbling at that. They get a little bit. They eat at the trough with their parents, their moms. But we like to have hay in this trough as well to make it more encouraging for them to eat in here. The problem with eating with moms is again, it's like the sitting on them thing. They just, they're animals. They don't have reasoning. They don't understand cause and effect. And they don't really have consideration or anything. These are all human traits that we hope that we have. So what will happen is the ewe instinctively goes for the hay. And if a lamb's got his head in the trough, she could easily put her head beside him, and he'll kick and struggle and all the rest of it. But she'll actually choke him to death, and it's a warmer day today, so that's the heat from the barn melting the snow off our roof, and it slides down. You can see it's right up to the top of our walls on the other side. But anyway, so it can be very dangerous. So I think we did have a lamb in here a few weeks ago that we found dead by the feeder, and that's probably what happened. It's much better when the lambs are together like this at one corner, but if they're actually in with the moms, they can get injured. Oh, Arnie caught number 2. Isn't he a little bruiser? Now, he is so stocky. Hello. Hello.
Look at the bone on him.
Yeah. So with a ram, we were showing you Kevin. He's a Dorset, remember? And this is a Suffolk. So again, because these are really heavy animals when they grow up, you want them to have fairly good bone on them and when we talk about bone, we're talking about thickness of those legs. Some people say they don't like bone because they can cause harder deliveries. What's he doing? But these rams are going to be 300, 350 pounds when they're adults. You want to have a good bone on under them so that they can hold up that weight, walk properly.
Got a good bite.
He's got a good bite. Oh, show the teeth again because people asked about teeth. So lambs have only teeth on the bottom, and up top is a hard palate, and that's how they eat their feed. But if that teeth come over the palate, then they're unable to chew properly. So this guy, for a Suffolk, he's got the really black head, really long ears. This wool will, as it grows longer, you see, it's white underneath. That's what color he'll be. Now with Suffolks, if you're going for breed type, you want to make sure that wool is white all the way through. Some of them will get black in the wool. And for a commercial flock, it has no bearing whatsoever, but for a registered flock, it does count. He's got 2 testicles, right?
Yep.
You checked that there are 2?
Yep.
Got to make sure of that.
I'm thinking he's for sure 50 pounds. Could be the lowest.
50.
Well, I'm just guessing.
He's higher than that.
Could be 55 pounds, maybe 60, 55.
But
oh.
he's really wide all the way through.
He's not ready for the showing.
He's not like Kevin, who doesn't mind standing and showing himself off. Because we don't handle him too much. But that's and here's another nice little face guy. But that's what you're looking for. That. Hi, buddies. Not so much this girl. She's more slender, narrow-bodied. We have people come in and say they want slender ones because they lamb better. We're about improving the breed, and to improve the breed, you want to have these ones like that. The narrow ones will give you lambs and maybe easier birthing, but they won't improve your flock any. And here's a nice ewe. Because having a good ram helps improve your entire flock, but a ram can only do so much if you don't have good ewes. So you want to make sure you have the widest, longest, best conformed ewes you can find, and then match that ram to them, and you can only go upwards from there. And here we are into the Dorset pen. Totally different breed. Still loving that number 9. He stands out every time I come in here. Same thing, wide front to back. You're looking for the same traits in every breed for conformation and breeding quality. But when you get into purebred breeds, on top of that, you also should be selecting for breed characteristics if you want to keep the breed pure. So the breed characteristic on a Dorset is going to be different than on a Suffolk, obviously, because the woolly faces, woolly heads, woolly legs on a Suffolk would be a definite fault, whereas woolly legs and woolly head, not face, but his poll and stuff, are things that you definitely want to see in these. And a Suffolk, you want to see those long, graceful, hooked up ears, and Dorsets, you want to see the opposite, short, pointing up, where it's fluffy ears. So they're a little bit different. But for conformation, it doesn't matter what animal you have, you're looking for the same traits. These guys just got a new bale of straw, so they're happy about that. This is a nice ewe too. For 48.
There's 57 there.
57! That's Angel's lamb.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. He's a beauty. Oh, he's a keeper. That's Angel's lamb. I didn't know that until the other day. There you are. There he goes. Oh, you're a bruiser. Yes, that's Angel's lamb. Oh, she came running over. She saw a grain pail. Sorry, girl.
Well, maybe it was full.
Hi, Jerry. How you doing? Hi, Jerry. Yeah, you're a nice boy. You are a nice boy. Oh, Angel. I didn't see you there. How you doing? This is where Arnie took the manure out yesterday. He got half done. So a lot of people have been asking about the floors in these coveralls. We don't have concrete floors, we have gravel. You can see the gravel in the floor here. And there's some sand mixed in there too. And we find that this allows for much better drainage than the concrete floors. We have concrete in the old dairy barn where we do our lambing out. And those barns you have to clean much more frequently than these barns. They're feeling like they're in the hills today up on that big mountain. These girls are going to be moving over today or tomorrow to the next barn so that the lambs can come in here. This is the barn we're cleaning out. And we've been drying them off over the last little while. And this is where you can see that the udders are drying up nicely. You can see that they're pretty well all disappeared now. Just a little tiny udders left. And that's what you want to see when you're drying up. You want to see that the udders are disappearing. You don't want to see that they're lopsided or lumpy or not shrinking back to nothing. That would be an indicator that they have udder problems. This group's been pretty good. That's the girl from yesterday. Isn't that sad? She's beautiful. Now we're going to try move these guys over. And small groups of lambs on ice don't like to move. Max? Max? Max, come here. We're just gonna lock him in here until he finishes cleaning the barn. And now we're rotating the barn, so now all the fall lambers are coming into the middle coverall. A little bit slippy, but they did a good job. There they are, happy to be in here. This is the ragged crew. This whole group lambs naturally without cedars for fall lambing. So we're pretty happy with this group of girls. They look a little ragged now after having lambs and being weaned and stuff. They're going to get sheared in March, and then they'll look pretty again for breeding. Well, that's it for another day. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow for another episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.